Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another edition of Stout Sunday. All right, and we have got quite the panel this morning. Got Eric, Thomas Metal 75, Massachusetts Beer Reviews. We got Mr. Michael Cormoroff, the Stout King.
Good morning.
We got Robert, the Whiskey Scout. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Robert. We got Jean H. Pierre, a.k.a. the Beverage Ramble. He's now in Georgia. Good morning, John. And Mr. Ronald J. Terrio, also known this morning as the Humble Porter Reviewer. All right. Glad to have all you guys here. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We'll start with you, Eric. What are you drinking this morning?
All right. We're doing the Breckenridge Vanilla Porter. All right. This comes in at 5.4% alcohol by volume. And we have a January 15th, 2022 date. So it is fresh.
Okay.
I don't know how this beer from the Breckenridge 50 pack is the only fresh beer. I'm not sure about that. They put fresh beer with it.
That's a little strange.
Just a little. Here's how she pours. It's definitely, in my light, a very dark mahogany red color. It's not really super, super dark. You can kind of see a little bit of the mahogany red tinges to the glass. And it's got a nice maybe 1.5 finger head. It's looking pretty good. Here's everybody.
All right, good deal. We'll get back and do aromas and taste here really quick. Let's just go quickly through everything so we can see what everybody's drinking. So, Michael, what are you drinking this morning?
Okay, I have the Guinness Extra Stout, 5.6%. I've tasted this before many times. Guinness, the company since 1759. Let's see what it looks like in the glass. Very dark. Finger and a half mocha kind of head. A lot of carbonation. Looks good in the glass. I'll come around and give you full detail next time around.
Okay, good deal. Robert, the Whiskey Scout, welcome back. I know you've joined some of Jay's Stout Sundays recently, so this is the first time, in a while that you've been back on the Georgia Beer Reviews version of Stout Sunday anyway. So,
well, I haven't even
anyway, what are you drinking this morning?
First time I've been on any of them for a while. Imperial Stout aged in Guinness Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. It's 10.3%. I know it's probably last year's because it's been in my downstairs fridge for a long time through the move. So anyway, it's at least a year old. I know it's last year's or early this year. I don't know. I couldn't find a date on it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I don't know the IBUs.
I never could find that. I know Michael and I were talking about that. I could never find that one or the gingerbread one. I looked for both of them, and they never really made it around here. I know Jay had them.
I'm not sure I've ever reviewed this one. I know I've reviewed. I think it was the gingerbread one I reviewed. So this will be a first. I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
All right. Nice. Looking forward to hearing about that one. Let's go to Jean Pierre and see what he's drinking this morning. What you got, John?
I am drinking the Founders, the infamous KBS barrel age, 12% ABV. This gets a high score beer advocate and rate beer outstanding. And this is what I am consuming this morning.
All right. Cheers. Yeah, you lucky man this morning with that KBS. Can't go wrong. Okay. All right, Mr. Humble Porter Reviewer, what porter are you drinking this morning?
Well, one question I have is that I wonder if porters and stouts would be good things to pair with rice dishes, any sort of rice.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Anyway.
Mostly beef.
I'm just kidding because Alex did beers with rice.
Oh, he probably drank a very high ABV stout with it, huh?
More than likely.
KBS or CBS,
Yeah,
KBS.
Usually has a few KBS variants flying around the house.
Right.
Beer and rice, they're very nice. They'd order twice. All right, now there is a little echo thing going on with I noticed with somebody, but you can take care of that, John.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There we go. They can take care of it. You'll just mute yourself if you're not talking, I guess.
The echo's back.
I think they took care of it.
Boy. Echo's back. Johnny boy. Okay, a chocolatey Baltic oatmeal milk porter with a smooth peanut butter finish. It's 6.2% alcohol. IBUs not listed. Is from Hammond, Louisiana. An independent craft brewer, of course, called Gnarly Barley. And thanks to David Garlapede for giving me this can of beer.
I've had that. That's good stuff. I bought it when I was down there with you.
Yeah, it is good. Canned a month. This beer was canned 1 month and a week ago, 5 weeks ago. Exactly 5 weeks ago.
Okay. All righty. Well, that leaves me, I guess. And I'm drinking from Wildleaf Brew Co. Out of LaGrange, Georgia. This is their double stuffed cookies and cream stout, 12.5% alcohol. I did have last year's version, and I remember liking it, but I thought it was a little too sweet. I have heard that they updated the recipe or improved the recipe from last year, so we'll see. And I'll just pour it real quick. Just give you guys a quick. There you go. It's a good looking stout. It's pretty much black. I cannot see through it. I'm not getting any color whatsoever. The lighting in here is not the best, but looks black, and it's got a finger's worth of I would say dark tan head going on. Looks pretty creamy. It does have lactose in it, so it's got that effect on the head. It's got that creamy looking head. So looks good. We'll get into it here in just a second. I want to go to the comments really quick, and we got Ronnie. Yes, that's right. Hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land, and Mr. BC, BC's Beer Reviews. BC, grab you a porter stout. Get in here if you want. We'd love to have you. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Let's go back around, and we'll go back to Eric. Miscellaneous is in the chat as well. Good morning to you. I know you're working, so thanks for stopping by and saying hey. All right, Eric, I'm pulling you up here. Give me just a sec. Things run slowly when there's – there we go. I think I got it.
All right, people.
There we go. All right.
Breckenridge Vanilla Porter. Roasted malts with notes of vanilla. 5.4%. Brown beer from Breckenridge in Colorado. 16 IBUs. Yep. Notes of vanilla and toasted grains set the stage for mellow flavors of vanilla and dark roasted malts in this popular porter. Don't let its deep mahogany color fool you. This brew is packed with flavor, yet as smooth as they come, according to breckbrew.com. And yeah, definitely a mahogany kind of color. Definitely has ruby, dark ruby red kind of tinges to it. So it's not a very dark porter at all. Not really. And it had a 1 finger head, 1.5 maybe, and that kind of died down to a nice rim around the glass. There is a little bit of lacing. Does look nice. And I'm getting a lot of cherries. A lot of cherries out of this. A lot of cherries, and then vanilla, and then some dark roasted kind of chocolate malt. There's a little bit of a, I don't know if that's like a minerally well water kind of note in the background too. That could be the can. Maybe I'm smelling some tinniness from the can. That's really about it. Pretty simple plain Jane for a porter's. But let's see how that thing tastes. Cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Okay, so you're getting a lot of that vanilla. Yes. Tons of the cherry. Yes. It's not medicinal like a like that cough syrup. It's not like that. There's some of that dark roasted chocolate malt in the background. I think I am tasting the tinniness from the can a little bit. Yeah, it really just finishes with that cherry-like flavor. It's a thin towards or light towards medium, more on the light side of the body. It's pretty crisp. It is pretty clean. The sweetness doesn't really last around a bunch. I guess you would say, what would you say, 3 or 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes? It's not really super duper sweet. It finishes pretty dry with that cherry-like taste, and it's refreshing for what it is. It's all right. It's not the greatest thing on the planet Earth. I have had it only one other time I recall on tap, and that was a better experience on tap, but good beer nonetheless. We'll be back around for a number scoring for the Breckenridge Vanilla
All right.
Porter.
Good deal. Yeah, I've had that, but it's been a few years, and I'm pretty sure I had it out of the bottle. I don't remember any like tinny or like metallic notes, but I guess I don't know. Maybe you get that with the can. It sounds a little different than when I had it. Okay, so let's go to.
Hey, Thomas Miller. I have one question for Eric.
What's your question?
Yeah, a good question for Eric. The brewery's in Massachusetts?
The brewery's in Littleton, Colorado, and Fort Collins, Colorado. Breckenridge.
That's near what's the other brewery? Oscar or New Belgium, I think.
New Belgium.
New Belgium, yeah.
Right.
New Belgium's in Fort Collins, so it's just south of New Belgium.
There you go.
Okay, so this is a fairly famous beer in that it has pretty unlimited distribution. You can go to any gas station and pick it up. So it's been around for a long time, has a good reputation, and as you notice in the glass, the head has faded down to a little bit more than a rim head. As I said, like a mocha kind of thing, and it's got good lacing and getting carbonation coming up in the glass. Very dark brown, almost black. If you look through the light, you really can't see through it. So pretty opaque in its look. And let's get a nose on it. You get the dark roasted malts first, and in the background, maybe a little faint coffee kind of vibe. Not sure if it's obviously there's no coffee added. It's probably from the dark roasted malts and the effect that they're having. So you get kind of like a coffee. Not really getting any chocolate in the nose at all. A little bit of a malty kind of smell to it as well. But cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I guess the thing I have to say most about Guinness, it's been consistently good all the times I've had it. And to have a consistently good beer like this, I think is important. But in the taste, you get the dark roasted malts. I would say it's a medium mouthfeel. So it's not a thick body, it's more medium, but it goes down pretty easy. 5.6 is a little bit above a session, but I guess you could call this a session. You're getting the dark roasted malts and the taste as well. You can't say it's smooth, and yet it does go down so well that it's on the edge of being smooth. I don't know, just something which through the years is consistently good, and it's certainly a beer I always go back to when it comes to stouts. I'll come around and give you a number when we come to our next segment. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
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 Cheers, John. Cheers, Mike.
Cheers.
All right. Let's see if we can regenerate a head on it real quick. Yes, we can. Yep, we can. Bit of Dittenporth, but about half a finger head on it. It is black. I can hold it to the sunlight. You cannot see through it. Nose-wise, I get bitter chocolate, roasted malts, and the coconut, and a little bit of dark dried fruits. That's mainly what I get on the nose. On the palate, cheers.
Cheers, Robert.
Cheers.
Palate's actually much better than the nose. Still with the dried bitter chocolates, roasted malts. Still get a touch of the coconut. The dried fruits linger in there. You get a little bit of that barrel effect, what I call barrel effect, a little bit of that oakiness, and it is aged in bourbon barrels, so you're going to get that. And on the very finish, I get a little bit of chewing tobacco note. It's not much, but it's there. It's sometimes you get that with bourbon, so that kind of makes me wonder where they got the barrels from for this, because not all bourbons have that. I get that a lot of times in like Four Roses on some of the higher end Four Roses mixes. So, but I do get some of that tobacco note that just drags up the rear end on this. It stays bitter through it all, even into the finish. It stays bitter. It's not a sweet really at all. The flavors are great. The balance from sweet to bitter, it is just skewed to bitter through, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a stout. I mean, but it's definitely not like a KBS or something like that. That's going to definitely be more on the sweet side. It's good. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I'll think and mull it over a little bit more. When you get around to me again, I'll give you a score. You're talking, John, but I can't hear you.
Okay. John.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My mic decided to mute itself. Sorry about that. Yeah, go ahead, John.
Problem. This morning, drinking the KBS Imperial Stout, flavor stout, 12% ABV, 2021. And when I reviewed it last year, or maybe been early this year, I may have reviewed it or last year, whichever. It was my first time having it, and as you know, I'm very particular about these Imperial Stouts. You know, there's two that comes to mind that to me are probably the best. Of course, 1050 by Oscar Blues, and the Lagunitas, which I wish it was still available, but hopefully will be back. And where I bought this yesterday at this package store in Sandy Springs in Georgia, I said, you know, will they be getting the because they had a plethora of KBS stuff there, and I bought the espresso as well, which I'm going to review as well. But as far as this one's concerned, I mean, what more can you say about it? It has everything you want. There's the flavor of the coffee. There's the flavor of the chocolate. Vanilla flavors are definitely in there. And I think the being stored in a barrel age, there's a little hint of that booziness to it, but not much. Just everything is all balanced equally. Vanilla, the chocolate, the coffee, everything is there in this stout. And at 12%, I could, you know, again, it's just a phenomenal stout. I mean, I can't say anything negative about this at all. When I got it, when the first time I had it, my reaction was doing cartwheels, like, "Hey, all right," because this beer was very rarely found in the Mobile area. So, and since I moved up here, oh, it's KBS. Okay, great. Oh, there's Samuel Smith. Oh, not saying,
It's everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It was just, I guess distributors, whatever. I guess certain areas in the state of Alabama, you can get certain things. If it was in Birmingham, I'm sure this would probably be available everywhere. Mobile, they had some stuff, but just certain things they could and couldn't get. I don't know, whatever. And being up here has been a gold mine. But yeah, just a phenomenal stout. Just everything you want that you can enjoy. Just again, a perfect late evening. Not going anywhere. I mean, do not go anywhere after drinking this. But unfortunately, I have to go somewhere today. But I'll just unfortunately, yeah. But I'm probably gonna
You'll
take
be
a little
fine.
natural rest a little bit. But I'll have my score coming up of this phenomenal stout.
All right. Good deal. Thanks, John. Let's pull up Mr. Terrio here. There we go. All right.
Funny thing is, he's
Tell us
going to a
about your-
tequila festival. He's going to a tequila festival.
Go to my
Have a good
brother's.
drive. All right.
Drive slow.
Yeah.
Or take an Uber or walk. All right. Anyway, I'm the only person on here drinking a lager today because this is a Baltic porter. That's a lager. They used to make an imperial version of this 9%. They don't anymore. Well, it smells like peanut butter, y'all. They add peanut butter. I don't know what kind. Do they add Jif, Skippy, Great Value? I really don't know. But they use a lot of different ingredients: flaked oats, flake barley, dark barley, medium color barley, and all that. They use Fuggles hops, and there's a different hop they use also. I think it's Cascade. But anyway, the star of this show is the peanut butter. This brewery was opened in 2014, by the way. It's about 34 miles from me. So smells like peanut butter. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
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 Mazel tov.
Well, the body is thin. Let's get that straight. It's thin like a porter. Well, it is a porter. The body is very thin. It's watery. So you would never drink this and think it's a stout. Although some of these stouts that people put on the market, it says stout, and you still don't think it's a stout because it'd be so watery, But you wouldn't think this one is. And it's just, there's no unusual mouthfeel like velvety or anything. It's just like water. It's a mostly dry finish. Oh, let's see. The flavor, malt, like a chocolatey flavor, maybe a little vanilla flavor. You think it would be a little thicker in the body with oats, but anyway, it's not. Some peanut butter. It's not heavy on the peanut butter and the flavor. In the nose, yeah. And the flavor, no, not so much. That's very common with these types of beers. You'll smell them and you'll say, "Oh boy, I can't wait." And then you try it and you say, "Well, this is not so peanut buttery." Bitterness, forget it. They don't show the IBU. Maybe there isn't an IBU. You know what I'm saying? It's low bitterness. Sweetness, it's not really too sweet. So on the sweetness scale, it'd be like, I don't know, 2 out of 5 sugar cubes, and that's pushing it. Bitterness, if it's one out of 5 hop cones, I'd be shocked. Nobody could drink this beer and talk about bitterness. I mean, yeah, I like it. I would rather drink it. I would rather drink a peanut butter stout. But for a porter, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't go hunting it down or anything. But if somebody came to my house and gave it to me, like someone actually did, then yeah, I would enjoy it.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Well, sounds okay, I guess. We'll come back around and hear your final thoughts and ratings here in a little bit. Let's pull up BC. He joined late, so BC, go ahead and tell us what you're drinking, and go ahead and get into it.
How you doing, BC?
Morning, everybody. Cheers
Good
to everybody
morning.
there. Today, I'm glad to see I'm not the only one that's doing a bourbon aged barrel beer. Doing odd side
Hell yeah.
11th anniversary. Now, I didn't have time to look up the IBUs on this, but the APVs, I think it's 17.6.
Holy crap. All right.
17.6 on this one.
Wow.
It's like the biggest beer in a can ever.
Whoa.
It's about to go down. It's about
I know.
to go down.
Like, I thought that last one I did, but what was it? The Expedition Stout by Bells was 13.6. This is a 17. So
Where
I
are
almost
you driving
I had
today?
Oh, I'm not going nowhere after I'm drinking.
Yeah.
I've got that show to do with James later on today, so I'm glad I'm staying at the house.
Barbecue.
Yeah. It's black as it should be, as you guys can see. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Can't even see
Did it
through
pour
it.
with a head at all, or no?
It had like a film on top, but it kind of like fizzled out quick. It was, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it was sitting in the can too long. It's been sitting
No,
in
that alcohol. When that alcohol gets that high, you'll never get ahead of foam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it decreases.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because, I mean, as soon as I had cracked open the beer can and started pouring it into the glass, it just automatically get that whiff of the alcohol in there. It's almost the first thing you smell. And even now, it's been sitting in my basement for almost a year now, and it's still heavy on the alcohol, especially with it being a 17.6. So I know it's well carbonated. I know that much.
All right. Well, cheers, BC. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, look, and I'm still strong on this. At least that Expedition stuff I had mellowed out. This one, I might have to wait a while longer for it to mellow out, if ever. I mean,
If ever, yep.
Yeah, and they say they made this with coconuts. I'm not really getting the coconuts off of this, so
You'll need a toy.
I don't know. Yeah, now I'm starting to get like a slight hint of metallic taste to it coming towards the back end, especially like towards the back of the tongue. I mean, it's a decent mouthfeel. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say heavy, but it's kind of in between. And I mean, it's nice, but it is strong. So, yeah, you see, that really not getting much of the alcohol. It's just punching through everything on this one. So that's basically all you're getting on here. So, I mean, you are getting some taste of the stout, but that's basically it.
You get the dark roasted malts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so I mean, I guess I can.
Some high ABV beers are just overwhelming in the alcohol note.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, I would imagine we don't get anything that strong down here in Georgia, but if we did, I imagine a lot of those 15 plus are getting pretty bougie. I've only had a couple that strong, the Worldwide Stout, and then there's been a few more over the years, like the Bourbon County stuff is over 14, and I've had an opportunity to try some of those, but even those aren't that. I mean, my gosh, 17.6. Good Lord.
That's a stout.
Yeah,
that's a lot of alcohol. It's a liqueur.
That's imperial.
Damn near a liqueur.
Yeah.
Those things can become unbearable. It's like they're unbearable.
Yeah, and this probably goes without saying,
All right,
but
well-
just do in moderation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael's
Yeah,
showing something.
yeah. You don't want to down a 6-pack of that stuff. You'd be dead
Yeah,
pretty quickly.
maybe over the course of a day,
Or
maybe.
you'd be in the hospital with alcohol poisoning if you down a 6-pack.
Michael's showing a pizza.
Okay. So we'll get your rating on that in a little bit. I'm going to pull myself up, or I've already done that. So here we go. Wild Leap, double stuffed. I'm actually surprised I haven't tried it yet. It's just been sitting in the glass for going on, I don't know, 20 minutes or so since I poured it. And nice little thin head. It does smell, it smells very sweet. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't smell as sweet as it does because I remember last year's was almost cloying. I mean, it definitely smells like cookies and cream. You're getting the chocolate. You're getting that cream aroma as well. A little bit of vanilla. That's it. It smells super, super sweet, though. Very sugary sweet on the nose. Okay, let's get into it. Maybe it won't be as sweet as it smells. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Maybe.
Okay. So that cookies and cream flavor hits you right up front. It's as if they just, crumbled up some cookies and cream or the like the Oreo crackers and put it in here. Or the ice cream, or just melted, like if you take some cookies and ice cream and nuke it in the microwave and just pour it in a glass. That's what this tastes like. It's very sweet. Very, 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 very sweet. There's a little bit of like roasted malt character in the middle of the sip. So some like dark, roasty, toasty, bready notes, but for the most part, just overly sweet, no balance, no bitterness, zero hop cone, negative hop cones. It's just no balance to this whatsoever. It does taste like, I guess they wanted it to, because it does taste like a cookies and cream, ice cream type beer. With the lactose in there, you're getting that creamy mouthfeel too. So it really is as if you just let cookies and cream ice cream melt. I mean, that's really what it tastes like. I'll keep thinking on it, but not my favorite beer from Wild Leap. They've made a lot better, more balanced products than this that I would much rather have. Some of their barrel-aged stuff, which is super limited and hard to come by, but it just blows this thing away. Not my favorite. But anyway, we'll come back around here. I'll give you guys a rating in a little bit. Really quick, I just want to check on the chat. We got a lot of great people commenting in the chat. We appreciate everybody here. Let's see. Yeah, Jeremy, maybe I should, he says, crack open a beer and crack open a coconut. Yeah. He's talking about BC with his odd side. Couldn't pick up the coconut, probably because the alcohol's so dang high that his tongue is just numb.
On fire.
Ronnie S. Yeah.
It's more at home.
All right. Okay, so let's go back around. My goodness, let me play. Actually, I'm not even going to try to rearrange everybody. Let's go back to Eric. I think you were first. What are you thinking about your Breckenridge?
Eric, before you give your score, can I read my review of that last year real fast?
Let's see if it aligns. Sure.
Yeah.
Here's what I said. On August 9th, 2020, I wrote, Breckenridge Vanilla Porter has a thick, crackling beige head and a clear, bubbly red-brown appearance with minimal lacing. The aroma is a faint dark malt and perhaps vanilla. There is a similarly faint flavor of dark malt, cocoa powder, and some vanilla. No bitterness is detected. Breckenridge Vanilla Porter has a medium body and a medium dry finish. Signed RJT and a scored at 82. There you go.
That's a fair score. Yes.
Wow.
Maybe
Okay.
somewhere in the wheelhouse of that review. Definitely. The only other thing that I still get out of this beer for tasting notes that maybe Jay didn't find there was I am finding some amount of a cherry note. Maybe that might be linking into how the malts and vanilla are playing together, giving me this cherry-like aroma and flavor. I am noticing, I think the can's giving me that tinny or that, what I sometimes call that minerally well water flavor. I think that is the can. That is not a product of said beer. I wish that was eliminated somehow. Jay said 82. I think that
No,
cherry's a little
yeah,
off.
82.
Yeah, I think the cherry's a little off for me. I do think it could be I know it's only 5.4%, but I do wish the beer was a little bit thicker in the mouthfeel and had a little bit more robust, roasty coffee note, or just more roasty malts. They're talking about it being a roasted malt beer, and I'm not getting a giant amount of that. So I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I'll go 2 points higher. I'll give this an 84 out of 100. The one time I had this on tap years ago, I remember that being a much richer, bolder, or a richer, fuller tasting mouthfeel than this. But this is okay. I don't think I would be, running to the store like Flash Gordon over here to get some more of this beer. But it's halfway decent. You should definitely try it. It's one of those beers.
Sounds like you would prefer if it was a stout instead of a porter, a little thicker.
Sounds like I
more
would prefer
yeah.
if it maybe. I don't know. If they made a Breckenridge vanilla stout, how much better would that be? But yeah, 84. That's what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say to all the boys and girls out there, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time is the Massachusetts Beer Reviews Wildcard Wednesday, and that's Eastern Standard Time. Bring a wine, beer, or spirit. Let's have fun. Don't be a douche. And at 7:20 Eastern Standard Time, you can find Jay Terrio and his wild card style reviews on Wednesday. Sometimes mostly themes. So check them out. Check Thomas Meadow 75 out, and cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Okay, let's see. I think Michael was next with his Guinness Extra Stout. You are muted, Michael. You got to unmute yourself.
Oh, Michael.
Okay, so
Where did you come up with that?
What BC was talking about, this was a limited release Evil Twin Big Ass Money Stout at 17.2.
Wow.
And
They
they add pizza in the final boil, which I couldn't taste. I couldn't taste the pizza either. But I have to say different. One plus about this beer is this beer was not as alcohol forward as BC's was. I'm not saying there was no alcohol in it. There was alcohol in it.
Michael and I think it was Michael and I, maybe Robert was there too. Or anyway, we reviewed that on my channel some time back. So if you guys want to watch that, that's an interesting.
Yeah, all I remember,
for sure.
It had more of the pizza dough. I think if I remember right, I got some of the pizza dough flavor in it. About it.
It's gimmicky. The pizza part is gimmicky. They obviously don't want you to taste pizza because it would be disgusting if you could.
Pizza bear.
But it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was for 17.2. I thought the alcohol was actually, it was very well masked, unlike the one that BC's drinking today. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And I don't know if you could see on this thing. Let me show you. Can you read the price?
You got this at the co-op?
I cannot read the price.
No.
Okay, the price is $6.54, which is not a bad price for a can that's 17.2.
Did you get that at the co-op?
Got that at the co-op.
Okay.
The co-op has a lot of Evil Twin stuff. That's one good thing about it. They have a lot of varieties of the Evil Twin, and This one was brewed in South Carolina. Most of the ones now are brewed, I think, in Connecticut. Not Fairfield.
The Two Roads in Stratford.
At Two Roads.
Yeah.
But they also have brew pubs now in New York, 2 of them. One in Dumbo, which is under the Manhattan Bridge, and one in Queens in Ridgewood, evil twin places. We can go in and try their stuff on tap, which I have not been to, but I hope to go to. One of my friends who comes regularly to my beer tasting keeps coming back and telling me all the stuff he's been drinking, and I definitely would like to try that.
Damn,
Nope.
man. For once, I really want to go to New York.
Getting back to the Guinness. I think my score fluctuates between 94 and 95. Today I like it a little better, so it's 95. It's a solid A. It's highly recommended. Like I said, it's not your entry beer because I would go with the Guinness Draft instead because it's much easier. It's only 4.2. And if you're doing an entry beer, this is more like a classic stout at 5.6. But I do recommend it. And if you can't find it, it means you're not looking because it is relatively all over.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so we are doing shout outs
95.
as well. Okay, they shouted out the Wednesday shows. After the Wednesday shows, Miscellaneous and I are going to do a Black is Beautiful tasting. Any Black is Beautiful you still have or can still get on Miscellaneous's channel after the 2 shows, Eric and Jay's shows, are finished.
Black is beautiful.
Sounds like cool. Okay.
They don't make them anymore, so it would have to be
The last one I seen came. Yeah.
I know that Miscellaneous has one from Pontoon. Maybe, John, there's still some around in the Atlanta area you can find that didn't sell out.
I haven't seen it, but I am going to the store later, so I'll look. But I think it's been long gone from here, honestly.
The thing I forget from Pontoon
so
is
let's keep this show.
One of their stouts was
Pontoon makes
the Moose Decadent Stout. Yeah, I enjoy that one.
Oh well, yeah. Pontoon makes a lot of great stouts and sours and all kinds of beers. Yeah, they're up in Sandy Springs, so North Georgia, but yeah, really good brewery, and they are distributing to other states now. Obviously, Miscellaneous gets them down in Florida. I know Massachusetts. I remember Brandon and Trish had gotten a few at one point, so they're getting around now.
A little bit.
Okay, so John, I think you were next with your KBS. So what are you thinking for? No, I got you, Robert. I think John was.
Oh yeah,
it don't matter to me.
Sure. Okay.
Robert, I'll get to Robert next.
Yeah.
Okay, be real quick. Very good for the KBS. Very enjoyable. It's going to probably be something I will definitely get a lot more of now in terms of Imperials. Again, as I mentioned, the other 2 that I really favor more, but this one is right up there. So I'm going to go 95 out of 100 for the KBS Stout. This is just a phenomenal stout. I mean, what more needs to be said about it? It's just a great stout, Imperial Stout overall. What I'm going to be reviewing on my channel, hopefully I'll join Jay and Eric for their Wednesday night get-togethers. Hopefully, whatever the theme is, I'll bring something. These are the brews I'm going to be reviewing coming up. I found 4 I bought yesterday at Trader Joe's. These are the 4. The Maury IPA from the Atlanta Brewing Company. I bought that. That's what I'm going to be reviewing coming up. There's this Tart Plum Saison from, it says Beltline Brewing Company. There it is, called the Atlanta Tart Plum Saison. It says Orpheus Brewing Company, but actually Beltline.
Oh, Orpheus. Orpheus is really good. I've had that before. That's a good beer.
And All Juicy IPA. This is their Imperial IPA. This is from Gate City Brewing Company in Roswell, Georgia. This is where I also found at Trader Joe's. So we're doing that, and of course this one here from Trader Joe's looks like their house brand beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be reviewing that. And Jay, as I mentioned, for all of you, I will be reviewing this, of course, the KBS Espresso.
Wow.
Nice.
That will be coming up. So I'm trying to get all these reviews before I hit the road on Saturday. I'm heading up to Jersey to see my folks spend Thanksgiving on the 20th, and I will be heading up, and hopefully I'll find some beers up in Jersey. I'm definitely going to try to find that heady topper while I'm up there. But yeah.
I think you can only get it in Vermont, unfortunately, John. They don't sell it
They
outside.
were doing a little bit of distribution for those Alchemist beers, I think, during the COVID time period while they were closed, that brewery. So whatever you find, pick it up if you do see something from that brand.
I had it when I was up in Massachusetts. I got to try it. I didn't get to review it on my channel, but I did get to try it. So it's at least somewhere in Massachusetts because Caitlin gave me a can, so she got it somewhere locally, I guess, because she didn't go to Vermont to get it. Anyway, all right, so 95 out of 100. That's a pretty good rating for KBS. One of the lower ratings I've heard in a while, actually, for the KBS. But I'm with you on the standard KBS. It's one of my least favorite just because I'm less of a coffee person, and that one's very coffee forward, So you got to really I guess, rate it.
Are you going to show the scores on the scroll? On the scroll.
I will, yeah. I'm just waiting until we all get them up there. I run things a little differently I don't. Yeah.
No wrong.
Anyway, but yeah, Robert, you're go ahead and give us your rating for your Guinness Imperial.
Yeah.
Stout.
All right, I'm going to give it a 96. I really like it. It's pretty good. If you don't like bitter stouts, you're not going to care for this one, though. Obviously, I'll finish it before the show's over. But I do like the thickness of it. As it warms up, you tend to get more of the dried fruits, the dark dried fruits show up a little better in it. And no, I can't say about Levi Garrett there, Thomas Metal. I've only had Red Man and Beech Nut, and I'd say it probably tends more to Beech Nut, but we're splitting hairs there, Thomas. But yeah, it does still maintain that tobacco note and finish. It's got lots of flavors and everything, but it's really kind of lopsided in delivery, being so bitter. For me, anyway. And you got to remember, this is post-COVID notes that you're getting now. My taste and my palate has changed. Before I had COVID was much different than now, and things are a little somewhat more. I wouldn't say they're skewed. I just say they're different than they used to be. But it's a slow progress. But I got my taste is just the way things affect me. Things that were not hot before, for instance, and John knows this because he wants me to do the one chip challenge. But I'm going to tell you right now, that burned my face off. Whereas prior to COVID, I'd probably be all right.
Yeah.
But things that I didn't think were hot are much hotter now than they were before this whole mess. So anyway, that's just the way you evolve as a human. As you go through life, things change you and you evolve. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to some of it. So that's where I rest. As far as putting out videos, I have got to get a editing program. My editing program is shot on my other computer, and until I make the effort to go to Wichita and do that, I'm not putting out videos. I'm talking to my wife yesterday about doing so, and she wants me to go get it, but I gotta. It's a drive and a effort, and I've got to put forth that effort. So anyway, that's about all I got.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Let's go to Ron with his Karova peanut butter milk porter. What are you thinking for a rating on that?
Jean-Pierre is the only person here who is not wearing glasses.
I could keep mine on.
I'm just saying. It's like Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other. All right. Well, Ronnie asked, I caught that reference as soon as you put it. He said, all the pals are here. We're going to bake a cake. And I knew that was the scene where they got arrested because Lois, Henry told her, don't make a call from the house, call from a payphone. And she's like, yeah. And he said, don't yeah me, you hick, just do it. But, and then what did she do? Picked up the house phone and called anyway. Now, this is okay. It's good. I like it. I'm going to give it an 84B. Good beer. I wouldn't like swim to the brewery like Johnny Weissmuller to get it, but I mean, I would buy it, you know, suppose. Now, as far as promotions, Wednesday we have a theme. We're continuing the theme for the month called Beers for Fall. So any beer that you think would be good for fall, bring it. Friday is Fandango Friday liqueurs. I'm getting tired of 99 brand. I don't dislike them. They're good, but you know, I've done so many. I got 3 left. I got the cinnamon, the bananas to revisit, and there's another revisit. Then that'll be gone, and I can do some other ones. People always bring interesting liqueurs. I have to admit that. As far as Tuesday morning, we have Irish whiskey, the very famous Bushmills, one of the most famous Irish whiskeys in the world. This date is a little bit of a BS date, but anyway, whatever. But it's really 1783, but we'll play along. This is good, and I paid the regular price. Didn't get some great deal on it. Just bought it for the regular price. But it's good, I gotta say. Not great, but it's good. It's going up against Teelings, and I don't know what was wrong with my mind, but I kept saying in my 3 taste challenges that it was 86 proof. And 2 viewers pointed out, they were like, what are you talking about? It's 92 proof. And I was like, oh, I'm so ashamed, because it is 92 proof. It's much stronger than most Irish whiskeys be 80 proof, you know. 92.
46%.
Right. Shows you where my mind is not and where it should be. I did get this for a great deal, though. I only paid $14.99. Oh, yeah. The normal price is much higher, like 32 to 40.
Yeah.
So,
Good deal. Okay, let's see. 84. All right, so BC, we got to go to you and your liqueur stout, your 17.6% odd side anniversary stout. You're muted, BC. You gotta unmute yourself, buddy.
All right, thanks. I forgot that was muted. Yeah, this is some strong stuff. I'm telling you, it's almost like taking a shot. But anyways, I hate to give this one the grade that it is, but I want to give it a 87. If it wasn't for the alcohol coming out the way it does, I would have given it a higher score. I mean, but it's just the way it goes, I guess. As far as promos go, I've got one Wednesday. I've got to pick up some beers. I'm out of basically beers to review here. Pick them up. Got one Saturday. Same thing. I got to pick up more beers. Anyhow, got a show today at 3 with James. Barbecue, beer, and banter. So that's at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. Got a thing in mind. I'll keep it a surprise for the show. And that's basically it. I mean, generally on Rod's show on Wednesdays and Fridays. And that's basically it for me. So,
Okay. Well,
thanks for having me.
thanks for joining this morning. Yeah, absolutely. So I think that just leaves me with the Wild Leap cookies and cream. I like this. I don't even like it as much as last year. I was going to like it more. I heard the recipe had improved, but it actually tastes even sweeter. It's borderline cloying. There's no balance. There's no bitterness. There's very minimal roasted malt character. It's just liquid cookies and cream sweetness, and the alcohol is masked well. That's, I can say that the 12.5% is completely non-existent. It's marginally good because it does have good cookies and cream flavor, but I'm going to go with an 80 out of 100. It's a B minus. It's barely making the. Yeah, an 80 is very low for me. I haven't given an 80 in a while. They could do better with this. They could balance it out more, give it a little bite, and up the roasted malt and cut down on all the dang sweetness. This thing probably has 60 grams of sugar. It tastes like one of those really, really sugary soda pops. It's too much. No,
I bet you didn't pay. I bet you didn't pay. I bet you didn't pay B minus prices for it though.
No, I paid A+ prices, which makes it even more disappointing. I think it was $15 for the 6-pack, or no, it was a 4-pack because it's of the. Yeah, so I'm not very happy about that at all. Oh well, let's do some. Okay, so we've already done shout outs. Everybody did that when we were going around. I want to thank the chat. We have Josh A joining in late. We've got Tip. Of course, everybody else we'd already mentioned before. Thank you guys for joining and commenting and being here with us on this fine Sunday morning. Thanks to my illustrious panel for joining this morning. We had a great turnout. That's always nice to see. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I hope everybody has a great Sunday. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your football, whatever it is that you like to do over the weekend, and stay safe. And we'll see you here all on the next one. Until then, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.